Hey you guys, I'm back again. I know I just made my video about whether we should do Legends and Heroes first or the Z-Series first, so make sure you go check that video out. But I want to kind of explain to you guys what Legends and Heroes is, because my TikTok fans, like that came here from my TikTok, they don't know, they heard of it. My YouTube fans, this is completely new to them. Like, they don't go on my, they haven't seen my TikTok. I should probably show them it, my thing. Anyways, Legends and Heroes is basically where I become myself in the lore, Straw Hat Mir, and that takes place before everything. So it's basically, it takes place before John Pug and then the C-Series. We're also going to see, you know, all the brothers as babies getting adopted by Straw Hat Mir. We'll also see wars. We'll see Captain Pug, Commando Pug's dad. We'll see Commander Sukuna Runic, a secondary commander of the battles, the army, aka Mr. Shock's dad, and Runic's grandpa. Oh yeah, by the way guys, if you guys think that he's gonna be a bad guy like his son, just know, no, I'm not gonna go too deep into detail. His backstory will be explained more in a future episode. But just know, Mr. Shock was only bad because John Pug killed his dad. And I know his dad's a legend, but he killed his dad off guard. He killed him off guard and his mom, and then he just kidnapped Mr. Shock, raised them, and now Mr. Shock basically thinks John Pug is his dad, which he's not. So basically, the whole family line was good. Commander Sukuna Runic, he's a good guy. Runic, he's a good guy. Mr. Shock, he's only evil because of John. Anyways, back to everything. So like I was saying, it's basically before everything happens, and we're not going to have as much tech as we do in the John Pug series, where they can hack into stuff, track locations, steal nuclear codes. They're not going to have those gadgets yet, because these are like many years before. So, yeah. And they're mainly going to be, well, using guns, basically the same as that. So, yeah. Legends and Heroes is basically just before everything happens. And there's going to be more people with more abilities in there. In Legends and Heroes, there's going to be people with more special abilities. Because right now, in John Pug, Biscuit is going to have an ability real soon that you guys will be seeing. And Mr. Shock can use lightning. But we don't really see anybody else's abilities. They don't specialize powers. Kind of because the genetics kind of like died down a little bit. But Legends and Heroes, you guys are going to be seeing a lot more people have different powers. And yeah, I tell my actors every time, if they want their character to have powers, they at least got to have a good storyline of how they got them. And bam, I'll just let it happen. They just got to have a good storyline, and they can't be too overpowered. It can still be overpowered, but not like World Breaker. Not like I could destroy a whole city with it. So yeah, their abilities can't be that overpowered. As long as there's a good backstory, yeah. And also, I would like to reveal you guys the main villain of Legends and Heroes. Let me go turn into him. Alright everyone, I'm going to now reveal to you guys the big bad of Heroes and Legends and Heroes, and probably going to be the strongest villain in our whole, the whole lore. Horned Roger. He's supposed to be a horned lizard. Go ahead and look that up if you guys don't know what one is. He's a horned lizard, not a chameleon. And he specializes in a hammer, like the same color as him, basically. And he also specializes in 2 shotguns. If you guys want to know how he got so much power to be able to take on basically some powerful people, you know, Straw Hat Mir, Commander Sukuna Runic, Fire God Spencer, Captain Pug, then this is how. So, he is a crime lord, a mafia boss basically. He has connections to like basically everybody. He's so rich he can buy literally anything he wants. Even things like futuristic stuff. At least in their timeline, what's considered futuristic. Basically what's considered futuristic, I'm gonna just give you guys an example. There's a lot of things, but like the tablet for example, or a computer. He can buy literally anything with his amount of money, and he gets his skills. He actually used to be a 2nd Division commander. A 2nd Division lieutenant in the army He used to like serve in wars alongside Captain Pug and Straw Hat Mir. until he decided to turn evil. Like he committed a war crime during a war, and he kind of liked that stuff. He kind of liked crime. And once they finally caught on to him, he got kicked out, and he was also set up for execution. So, you know how, like, sometimes they get, like, hung up on something? Like, kind of like how Jesus was crucified. Amen. But kind of like how Jesus was crucified. They're hung up like that, and then there's, like, people, I think it's called, like, a firing squad. And then they shoot him. On the day that was supposed to happen, he was hung there, and then he just... And then oh, crap. So basically, he, like, ripped through the ties, the ropes, and he ran. And he made it out. And during that time, he committed a bunch of robberies, murders, everything that got his crime reputation up and got him money. That's what he did. Then he became crime lord, Horned Roger, or just Roger. He's kind of based off of Goldie Roger from One Piece. There's going to be a lot of characters in the lore with One Piece names because that's my favorite anime of all time. But Horned Roger, or just Roger. Yeah. And he got a lot of skills. He manages, in his crime lord, like his mafia, he manages to get people who are, like, at least big enough to take on an army. He basically forms his own army just by himself as one person. And, you know, there's going to be a final showdown that happens. A big war breaks out, and Straw Hat Mir and Captain Pug and Sukuna Runic and Fire God Spencer, they're basically like the big squad of the whole thing. They all come in together, and they all take him down once and for all. Horned Roger. So that's the villain. A crime, ex-lieutenant who became a crime lord, got a bunch of money, can do whatever the hell he wants when he wants. And yeah, he's ruthless too. I'll tell you what, his guard gets insubordinate or he fails his mission, he won't hesitate to just... He's ruthless. So working for him is kind of a gamble. You fail or you do something bad that he doesn't like, you're gonna die. But at the same time, if you get a mission completed and you do good, then he'll give you money. Like, all of his people get paid at least $500, like, I say like $10K a month. All of his soldiers, his men, get paid $10K a month. So this is Horned Roger, the main big bad of Legends and Heroes. And, yeah. He does have a special power. It's actually super strength. He's actually stronger than you would think so. You do not want to go hand to hand with him. I know Commando Pug is actually the best hand-to-hand fighter in the lore. Commando Pug is. But before Commando Pug, this guy was. And of course Commando Pug, Captain Pug, was definitely in second place of that. But this guy was the best hand-to-hand fighter in the lore before Commando was born. That's why you don't want to get in a fight situation with him without guns or without any weapons, because he has super strength and he has hands. So, you're dead, basically. So, that's Horned Roger. I'm going to go turn back into Straw Hat Mir now. Oh yeah, shout out to Obsidian because he gave me a bigger version of the Green Hammer for Kujo whenever I play his character or somebody else does. But I'm still going to use this one. I'm going to say Straw Hat Mir made an exact replica of his hammer but bigger for Kujo. Fun fact, actually. When all of the boys became teens, all of Straw Hat Mir's children became teens, even if it was like some of them were on the younger side and they weren't teens, every time one of them turned teens, he gave them a weapon that he once owned. So, Cinnamon got the Galaxy gun. John Pug, he got his gold gun from his foster dad. But yeah, Biscuit got his iconic green gun, and that's actually Straw Hat Mir's iconic green gun, along with his iconic green hammer given to Kujo. Kujo did have this one when he was a teen, but as you know, he got bigger, so he had to get a bigger one. He gave Kaido his drill. He gave Rex his boom spear. Oh wait, no, boom spears weren't created at the time. And then the rest of the items that were created by Raiden later on, then those were given to them by Raiden. But yeah, and Straw Hat Mirror was actually the first one to make and put on this special outfit for the brothers. You know, it's made out of a very special material that they own. And yeah, as they grew older, they put on exact replicas of his suit to represent their legend dad, their hero dad. So yeah, that's basically Legends and Heroes. Just back then, more people with more abilities. Very interesting villain. A lot of things are going to happen. Like, we're actually going to show the wars that happen in the lore. We're going to show the wars that happens. So there will be wars. Yeah, we're going to show Biscuit and his brothers get adopted. We're going to show Captain Pug get married, because I never even put this out yet. You guys are going to see this on my TikTok real soon. But Captain Pug, Commando Pug's dad, actually gets married to a queen. You know how there's queens of the UK, England? He actually gets married to a queen after a war, because Straw Hat Mirror and Captain Pug, only those two, they were assigned to go into a war, and Captain Pug, just like Anakin and Padme, basically. Captain Pug fell in love with the queen. Slowly the queen fell in love with him. Years later, you know. And then Commando Pug is made. So, yeah. We're probably going to do a teaser for when Commando Pug gets born. And maybe even Mr. Shock, too. We'll show, you know, Commander Sukuna Rudik getting married to his wife. As you guys know, all of Straw Hat's sons are all completely different animals from him. They're all completely different animals. So basically, they're all adopted. All of his sons are adopted, but the reason why some of them got, you know, so strong, after he adopted them, he did blood transmissions to all of his sons. And hold on, my bad guys, my cat was meowing at my door. I had to let him in. But yeah, wait, what was I talking about again? He did a blood transmission to all of his sons, basically giving him their DNA. So they are still his biological sons, but they are adopted. But they do have their DNA within them. That's why, you know, some of them got lucky, some of them didn't. Well, most of them did, you know. Kaido, he was the most luckiest one. He was extremely lucky, because as you know, Kaido is the strongest brother. He's the best brother, basically. Unless it comes to sneaking. Kaido got so lucky that and he even got stronger than his dad because he worked out more. Kujo also got lucky. He got stronger too, and bigger too. Well, both of them are basically supposed to get big. They're Saint Bernard. Saint Bernards are like the biggest dog breed. One of them, if not is, and T-Rex is self-explanatory. And some of them, when they got the blood transplant, nothing much really happened. They still got special abilities, you know. Biscuit got his pug sense, but every single pug has that. Every single pug has pug sense. Commando Pug has it. Captain Pug has it. Yeah. So some of them, it was just a normal blood transplant, and some of them got extremely lucky. So yeah, Silas was lucky. He became very smart, just like his dad. But he even got smarter than his dad when, like, you know, the new technology started coming out. But, yeah. That's how the sons work. And, yep, that's more about the sons. That's basically Legends and Heroes for you. It's just going to be a huge flashback, you know. Straw Hat Mirror, like, tells Biscuit. He tells Biscuit. At the end of the Z series, it depends on the vote. If you guys want to do Legends and Heroes versus or the Z series. But after John Pug, if that wins the vote, Straw Hat Mirror either is going to tell him to read a book about everything that happened, or he's going to tell him stories. That's how the ending of the show goes, and then we're going to go straight into Legends and Heroes. If it ends at the Z series, it's still going to be the same ending, really. Besides, you know, the main ending where the zombies all not leave. You guys will see of how all the zombie gets rid of and the world goes back to normal. Yes, in the Z series, 45% of the population did die, but Biscuit once again, just like John Pug, forms a team. And yeah, I mean, it could kind of be an argument. Yes, Straw Hat Mirror is an amazing hero, but Biscuit is also like probably the biggest hero of the lore. He takes down a man who is an assassin, his own brother, who killed 10,000, even maybe more plus people. That's like a mystery in the lore. How many? We don't know how much he killed. All we know is it's 10,000 plus. He formed a team to do that, and he also formed a team to take out zombies. Like 45% of the population turned into zombies, basically. He manages to actually find a way to save the people, so. We haven't seen Straw Hat Mirror's feats yet. We'll save that for Legends and Heroes. But as of right now, Biscuit is basically a better hero than his dad. Until we see the feats that Straw Hat Mirror does. I mean, it's called Legends and Heroes for a reason. There's heroes, there's legends. And so, yeah. That was basically a yap session. And it's basically what Legends and Heroes is supposed to be about. And some things that are going to happen in it. And some things that will be teasers to, John Pug. Because that's basically, this all happens before John Pug. Like, 20, 30 years before John Pug. So, yeah. Yeah, that's it to it. That's what Legends and Heroes is. So, I'm going to post my other video. Because I literally just started recording this one after I recorded that one. So, I'm going to post that other video, see which one gets the more votes. And that's what we'll do first, either Legends and Heroes or the Z series. So basically, just think of, I don't know, maybe like the Avengers as a show. They save people. They go on amazing battles with different villains. They go into wars. So that's Legends and Heroes. Just think of heroes and legends. That's Legends and Heroes. Or you could think of The Walking Dead. That's probably the closest it's going to be. The Walking Dead. A mix of The Walking Dead and, what was it? The Z, like, Day of Z. I don't remember, but the zombies like run. You can't escape from. They climb stuff. I saw like this video of them like climbing a big border and then just taking over a city. That's basically because the zombies were able to run. I don't know if the zombies are going to come back, but if they don't, I'll probably get a bunch of actors for zombies when the Z series comes. So, go check out my other video. Let me know if you guys want to do Legends and Heroes first or the Z series first. And this is basically the video of what Legends and Heroes is supposed to be. I already released a trailer for the Z series, and you basically already know what it is. And I released another trailer for Mr. Shock's son in this series, Runic the Mystery. So make sure you guys go check that out. Anyways, that is what this series is supposed to be. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Turn on post notifications. Hit that bell. And make sure you go check out my TikTok so you can see more videos that I post. Because I don't post all of them on YouTube. So make sure you guys go check that out. And I'll see you guys in my next video or episode. Whatever it is. Bye guys. Oh wait. I forgot. You guys know my new outro. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. All that good stuff. Bye.